Hi, Yuvraj.
Fine, how are you?
Thanks for joining. I'm fine. How are you?
Yeah, fine.
Can you able to see my screen?
Yes, no, see.
So thank you again for joining the session. So today's the continuous session of RDS. Only thing is,
Thanks.
yeah,
Thanks a lot of conducting the RDS lab.
yeah, that's my pleasure to help always. It's like whenever you practice, right? Though I'm a
Yes.
student for AWS, but I love to take this as a challenge, and I can learn by doing this lab, right? So I love to do that. So yeah, so this is the continuation of ideas. Only changes is we are doing now today is SQL Server, MS SQL, which is Microsoft product.
Okay.
So using Windows, all these days we were doing only for the Linux. So let's see Windows also. So as you know that the SQL Server is a relational a database management system developed by Microsoft. Amazon RDS for SQL Server make it very easy to set up, operate, and scale SQL Server deployments in the cloud. It's very easy. Just click, and you can set up the RDS database for MS SQL. Okay, so basically, see if you see with Amazon RDS, you can deploy multiple editions of SQL Server with respect to 2012, 2014, 2016, 2017, including Express, Web, Standard, and Enterprises in minutes with cost-effective and resizable compute capacity. Okay, so basically you don't need to worry about the licensing because the license included licensing models in this particular RDS. So that's the beauty of Amazon RDS. So you don't need to buy a license for the licensing model. Okay, so I mean to say you do not need separately purchased Micros SQL Server license. Okay, so this comes under licensing and underlying hardware resources and Amazon RDS management capabilities. Okay, so let's do it. And I love this symbol. What do you say, Yuvraj? The Microsoft SQL Server. The symbol is the logo is very nice.
Yes.
Okay, so so as you know that you have to log into your console, and basically the RDS is a global, sorry, region. You can see region specific. Okay, so go here, go to the console, go to RDS and create database. So here, simple. I'm using standard create and I'm selecting Microsoft SQL Server. And in this, you have four editions. One is SQL Server edition, Express edition, Web edition, Standard edition,
Enterprise
and
edition.
Enterprise edition. See, basically, if you see standard edition, which is the database management system that support database up to 10 GB, this is like free tier. Okay, if it is enterprises, that you can see like enterprise level, like architect, like the company they use this. In our free tier, we are going to use this server edition. Okay, so Express edition that is free of cost. Is a, so we can select the version, whatever version you want to select. So we are selecting SQL Server 2017 14. The version is 14. Okay, V1. So here,
Yeah.
if you see, we have two things. One is development test, and in this, definitely the production will not come because we are using the standard Express edition, so it won't have that production. Okay, so one day thing is you if you select the Enterprise edition or standard edition or Web edition, it will come. So as of now, we are using only for the free tier, so just select free tier. So here, as I said, the it creates same like RDS, you need to create a DB instance. So you can select as MySQL DB instance. Okay, basically to identify. Okay, and as we know that for SQL, the default username is admin. Okay, since it is Windows one, so as you know, the password should be anything, but do not use at symbol. It will not work. and I'm not using the auto generated password. I'm using only the I'm using, but in the company, let's use password authenticator to see. Basically in the companies, what we do is we use a password generator. Okay, so generator. So this users are basically, this is a software where we can use strong recommended. Okay, so basically we use the 10 characters, and that is ASCII keys and numerical everything. So it's very difficult to remember that passwords. So use the password generator to use the password rather than entering manual. Okay, since we are doing for the lab, let's enter manually. And here the bustable classes, we are using T2 micro, that is common. And I'm not enabling the storage auto scaling. Why? Because we are not going to use more than 20 GB, more than 5 GB. If you want, you can just add the storage out auto scaling. And as you know that the threshold goes, so it directly jump into this, and it uses the auto scaling. So right now it's not required. And as we know that the VPC, make sure that once the VPC, once the database is created, you cannot change the VPC selections. Ensure that whatever the VPC in your organization, check with the network admin and just give the proper VPC. Otherwise, again you have to recreate, and unnecessary you'll waste the money. So we don't have option to modify the VPC. That is make sure that. And even AWS says that after the database is created, you cannot change the VPC selection. Hope you got it. So be careful when you configure. And as of now, we are using default one, so no need to worry. And definitely we have to access through accessible public. So I'm just giving that, and go here. And I'm using everything is default, and no preference for availability zone. You can prefer anything, it will take automatically. No preference, so not a problem. Either you can select as any reason, any availability zone. So I'll select one A. And definitely you need to allow the port for SQL TCP 1433. Okay, ensure that you'll allow that port. And so this I'm not going to use. Enable my Microsoft SQL Server Windows authentication. In case of you are using the directory service, that's where you will use that. So we are in the free tier, we are not using the directory service. Okay, just create it, and you there you go. And meantime, what we can do is we can create a EC2 instance um, for Windows. Let's launch from the server. So instead of desktop, we can launch from the server itself. So we can install the Windows Server. So I'm just using the Windows Server 2019 base. Let's use this. So VPC subnet, select 1A, and use enable none for the capacity reservation, and no directory, I'm not using it. And click on next, and tag I'm going to use as the server name, where I'm going to install the studio management studio, SQL management studio. So I can mention as SQL server. Always make sure that the value, the you will provide the tag so that it is easy to see what is exactly. Okay, so review and launch it, and use the key pair, launch, and here go. So I just configured the Windows Server. Meantime, I have downloaded the MS Management Studio. Okay, so it as 534 MB, which was downloaded. You can download and you can just install it. Meantime, let it loads, and meantime I'll go to the security group and allow the port so that it will be easy for us to log into the Windows server and use it. So go to inbound rules, edit inbound rules. Okay, MySQL is already there. I will just go to my IP. Hope you can see the changes happened. And I'm allowing my RDP so that I need to take an RDP of the machine, save rules. So this is only when you're using public. In the private, no need to do all these things. Only you need to allow the protocols, so ports. That's it. So now it is initiating, and meantime we can see the RDS whether it's created or not. And RDS creation also little fast. Only just a click, and as you know that it has a performance inside. You can take a snapshot. Um, Go to RDS. Go here. You can take a you can take a snapshot, automated backups, and you can use the option groups. Option groups basically when you can restore the database whenever required. But option groups, what it does means you have to create a group, the name of your bucket, whatever the bucket you have created. If you create in the option groups, and you see by default it creates this. You can create a group and just make sure that you'll give the name and uh, no. Rupali. Uh, uh, oh God. Okay. Uh-huh. Hmm. Oh, very good. Okay. Which company it is? Oh, okay. I know. Yeah. 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 Please. Sure, Rupali. You can share it to anyone. Like so. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Yuvraj? Hello?
Yes, I'm getting.
I'm sorry, I got a call, so I just ended the call.
No problem, no problem.
Okay, so as you know that the description, whatever you can select it. Okay, basically this can be used in case of restoration. Okay, when you restore the database from S3. Okay, so it's almost creating. Meantime, we can see whether our EC2 is ready for use. Hope you're getting it right, Yuvraj.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, so now, so I'm using my IP address. I'm using RDP. NSSC. Go here and put the IP. And what is the administrator is the user ID for the server. And go here, get the Windows password, and use the PEM file. Um, So decrypt the password, and you got the password here. So go there and paste it. Done. That's it. So why I'm showing you is because see, I could have done on the desktop itself. So in the real time, how we do? So we will not do from the desktop, right? So every users will have their own, and they will do from the server, or they have the licensed one. So that's why I'm just doing in the server. So this is my server, and what I'll do is I will copy the downloaded software of the Microsoft SQL Management Studio. So copy and paste it. And I think Yuvraj, you're using this only, right, in your organization?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
SSMS.
So
SQL Server Management Studio
it is
using.
little user friendly. The look and feel is very good. So what we can do is, yeah, and the look and feel is good, and you can just it's very easy and user friendly, and you can. Oh, you're able to see my screen, Yuvraj?
Yes, I'm seeing. Yes.
I don't know. It's got cancelled for the copy and paste. However, no problem. So we can go here. In between, the installation file got cancelled. So no problem. And always it is not recommended to go to the server and go to the login. It is not recommended to use any of the website in the server. Okay. So what we can do, we can download from here, or let's wait.
If it pass by EC2 in the local
What's that?
drive access or local PC,
No, see it is.
EC2 instance possible to access
No,
local
your voice is breaking.
PC.
What is that?
In the local is EC2 instance C drive is there, no? EC2 drivers
Ah,
volume.
ah.
That volume access in a local PC.
No. I'm accessing server.
It's possible to access local PC.
Yeah. See, I'm not accessing the local drive. What I did is, you can't access because only you can copy and paste. That's what I've done now. See, I'm just copying the content and paste it, right? So let's wait.
Yes, correct.
You can share the drive, but why we have to? So basically, it is
Okay.
not recommended, right? So you can copy and paste. See, that's what I did on the copy and paste. Meantime, what I can do is I can install also in the Windows. I've uninstalled earlier because it will take a lot of space, right? So that's why I just uninstalled. However, we can install it on the desktop. Meantime, let it copy on the server also, so we can see both the ways, right? It should connect. Okay. So this is what Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio, which I've downloaded already. So I'm installing the package. In the organization, same thing you have to do in the server. So any of the ones that is copied to the server, we can do it in the server. So basically this does the to create management, you can create the database in this using the studio. Okay. So let it let it install. So meantime, it's all done from the server end, from the RDS level. Everything is done. Only we need to get the endpoint, and we can connect it. Okay. So here, if you see here, RDS, whatever the database we created, I mean, it's an instance. So it has the
Okay.
see here. This is my endpoint. I just need to copy this, and the port is I enabled already the port. I've allowed the port 1433, which is MS SQL. So let's copy that. Oh God. So see, this is what the problem, because it is disconnecting the.
Voice is breaking now.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Voice is.
Unfortunately, that is got disconnected.
Yes, I'm hearing now.
Hold on for a second. Maybe here where I'm sitting, maybe no network. Oh, one sec. I'll go to my hall. Yeah, can you hear me now? Hello?
Yes.
I think it's not from my end.
Yes, I'm hearing now.
It's not issue with my end because I'm very close to the router. Now also I'm very close. So,
Okay.
so maybe no problem. You can see my screen, right? You can see my screen, right?
Yes, now it's now it's saying your screen.
Okay. In between, it is got
Yes, correct.
disturbed with the.
Yeah, now we're seeing you see in our screen.
Yeah, that's what. See, actually, when I copy pasted in the server, it was cancelled. I mean, so the transfer was got cancelled. However, I'm redoing again. Okay. So, okay, the installation is successful. So go here and launch the Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio. Yuvraj?
Yes, no.
So basically, this is what the database engine, and
Yes.
basically, sometimes you can do Windows authentication, but I'm using SSL authentication. Okay, I'm doing SQL Server authentication. So I've given the password as sorry, the name is administrator
Okay. Okay.
and the password. Okay, and what I'm doing is now I need a endpoint, so I will copy the endpoint and put it here. Put it here. Okay, now connected, so it will just directly connect to the server. See, this is got connected, and by default it creates a database called RDS admin. Okay, so that's a
Server name, what do you give now?
what's our name? I've given as a MySQL DB instance, right? See, database, it's got created by default. It creates as RDS admin. So what I'll do is I will put a new query in the real time environment. What we do is we basically create a database as production and execute, and within a span of time, like so it will create
Hello.
the. Can you hear me?
Are you hearing?
Yeah. I've created a database called production. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, okay, now.
Okay, I've created a database called production. Okay. In real time, this is what people does. Okay.
Okay.
So if you see on the left side,
No, no.
if you see on the left side, you can see production. I've created as a production. Okay. And
Okay.
initially they will do staging and they will move to the production. So I will create the staging also, and you can see the database production and staging. So basically what happens is in the company they put staging first, and they'll copy from the staging to the production. I'm just giving an example. However, whatever you do you can do it. But I created two database. One is production, another one is staging. So staging, you can see if you double click on here, are you able to see?
Yes.
Yeah, here what? Yes, here you can run the queries, whatever you want, you can make it. And so this is what I created. And let's see in the server. Another 7 minutes is there to copy. Let it copy. So this is what exactly the RDS MS SQL, sorry, MS SQL.
Okay.
Okay, so any doubt? Like, see, this
Which
is
which server name? What you give now?
what server name?
Hello. Are you
Ser-
hearing?
Server name I've given
If you give now.
I've given endpoint, right?
8 point. Oh yes, correct. Yes, correct.
I will show you that once it copies to the server. So always the endpoint you have to give to the developer. Okay. So endpoint and username and password. Okay. And if like for this particular database, we don't have
Okay.
read replica option. Maybe for the Enterprise Express edition, there is no read replica. Okay. But you can take a snapshot and you can restore at any time.
Okay.
Okay, so this is what, and let's see, once it is copied to the server, we can install it, and I'll show you how to configure. So basically we does in the server, right? So let's see. One sec, Yuvraj, let it download. Okay, let it take to the system, let it copy. Meantime, what I'll do is, so I'll uninstall this. It is the latest version. Okay, 18.5.1. Which version are you using in company?
Nowadays, 2012, 16, you see.
I think this is the latest one, right? 18.5.
Yes.
But look and feel is good. So, yeah. And hope you're comfortable now with the practicals, right? With this RDS.
Yes, ma'am. It's
So
comfortable. Very.
always it is very good when we do lab, when we basically when we practice, right? So practice always makes perfect, and you will not forget whenever you create anything. You will not forget. So basically, CloudWatch and all are not enabled, as we know that CloudWatch, what it does mean, it creates logs that you know already. So I have not enabled that. And whenever you create anything in the free tier, please delete that so that you won't get charged. So whatever you do, just, yeah, it's always good when you delete it off, right? So yeah, another 4 minutes. If you bear with me, then we can install in the server, and we can see what is what. So it is quite interesting in the server always, right? So when you do in the server, it's a real time experience with the server. And Yuvraj, you're there, Yuvraj?
Hello. Hi, sir.
Your voice is too. Your voice is too. I think you have network problem, Yuvraj. Yuvraj, basically I created two, right? One is production, another one is staging. So once we launch this, once we install and launch, right? You can see already to the database. So because I've already configured, right? So let's see. So you can see CPU is already 75%. Uh, so my CPU is for totally used. CPU utilization. What? See. Hello, Yuvraj? Hello?
Hello, Hari. No?
You got disconnected?
Yes, the automatic disconnected. So now again to connecting.
Okay, you can see my CPU utilization. It is 80% now.
Oh,
Okay, so since we are using free tier, right? So, and however, I'm just copying that. It uses the CPU, right? So almost done. So we can see, as I said, I've already created the database name called production and staging. So when I launch it, I need to see both because I've already created in the desktop, right? Let it. And next class, we can see how to restore from the S3. Okay, how to restore the
yeah.
database, how to restore the
This,
database from the S3. Basically,
yes,
the backup, yeah, from the S3 only you can restore.
yeah, yesterday to our database. Is correct?
Yes, yes, yes. So that process you have to take, you have to, for example, once the backup is done, you have to upload and to the S3, then you have to restore from the console. So let's see next class how to restore the database. Okay, using
Yes,
this.
sure.
Yeah. Basically, the folder, the bucket name, you have to create a bucket, put the backup of that snapshot or backup. So once you restore, you can name it as any name what you prefer, the name of the database once you restore, but don't give the same name. So that I will show you in the next class. Yeah, it is copied now. Okay, I'm installing in the server. You can see I'm installing the management studio console in the server. Are you able to see, right? You're able to see, right?
Yes.
Okay, install in the server. I'm installing in the server. In the real time, people does like this only. In the real time, they install the studio in the server. But with respect to cloud, right? As I see, it is not required. Why? Because already you have DB instances, so that you can just go directly use the MS SQL Software Management Studio from your desktop also. But it is recommended, yeah. But in real-time environment, on-prem, right, or on-prem, they do like this only. They'll have the application server, they will have the database server, and they'll have the proxy server. So, and they'll have the user interface. So they maintain one particular application server, they maintain one database server. So it is all like big task for them, right? So and I'll copy this. Just have a note, Yuvraj. I'm copying the endpoint. I'm copying the endpoint. Okay.
Okay, endpoint is a
It's a
server name.
host. It's a host name, the server name. Basically, you have to give when you configure the SQL server management. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Almost done. So we can just configure. And any doubt on the configuration part, because we are doing on the two side. One I've done in already, we've seen in this desktop, and now I'm just using my server, that is Windows EC2 instances. So I'm just launching. Since we are using free tier, you can't expect the speed of the server because it has only 1 GB RAM. So you know, right? So
Yeah, I think 1 GB RAM not enough for SQL Server.
oh, it will sleep. Okay, even on my desktop also, like okay, somehow it is managed and opened. Okay, but on the server it is a little difficult because it needs a lot of see, database engine. So I'm using the database engine server type and copy paste the endpoint and go to the SQL server. The authentication, I'm using SQL server authentication, and the username is login ID is admin, and password whatever I preferred. In real time, what we do is basically we will save the password so that every time it is not required to authenticate. So right. So here you go. I've already created database called staging and production in the desktop. When I see you can able to see, right?
Yes, I'm seeing now.
Yeah. See.
Database.
Yeah. So this is what staging and production which I've created,
You're
and
previously creating now.
yeah. So you can see database, like you can create tables, you can do whatever you want. It depends on you. Okay. So
Yeah, sure now.
this is what the Microsoft SQL using RDS. Any doubt?
No, it's clear now. So how to using that third party tool using in front of that EC2 instance.
Yeah, I used both EC2 instance and desktop also. So I've downloaded the management studio, and I've connected using the endpoint, and now I'm terminating. So because termination is always important when the lab is over, please terminate all the terminate and delete whatever you created. To It is always safe, but in real time, don't do it. You got it right.
Yeah, I got it.
So it's quite interesting about RDS using. So basically, when you're deleting, right, you don't see whatever you have done already. If you take a snapshot, you can just again you can launch it. Whatever you created, it will be there. So we don't require it as of now. I'm just deleting it. So the option status shows deleting. Okay.
Okay.
So this is what next class we can go for how to restore the database through using S3. Okay.
Oh, sure now.
So I'm stopping the